So, if you have some, therefore, if you have something else to do, you can skip out, uh, and you're not a captive audience that way. One time, a long time ago. First of all, good morning, everyone. We'll do it formally. Good to see each and every one of you. And now, one time, a long time ago, Bob will remember this. He asked me. He said, "Why don't you do some just unity talks? Just talk about unity stuff." And I said, "Well, Bob, I am talking about unity stuff. It's just I'm talking about sort of an expanded version of it." Well, now we're going to just, we're going to implode here back down to the basics. And I'm going to talk today about something that, as a unity minister, of all the people that speak to you, I'm probably the only one that is an ordained, licensed and ordained unity minister left in this whole bunch of people, which is good. I mean, it's good to have the diversity. But I'm going to stick to what I probably know the best and do the best. And so I'm talking today, and please don't get bored and just roll your eyes, okay? But I'm going to talk today about the five basic tenets of unity. I'm going to describe what they are. I'm going to expound on each one of them as much as possible. And then, like the skeptic that I am, I'm going to try to take them apart and see how well they hold up. So I think that will be interesting to me, and I hope it is to you as well. Okay, there are five basic tenets which make up the unity belief system, and they are very simple. They are: God is good. Number two, people are good. Number three, thoughts create experiences. That's the law of mind action. Number four, prayer is our direct connection with God, with pure spirit. And five is it's good to know all of these other four things and keep them in mind, and it's worthless unless you act on it and practice them in your daily lives and in your thinking nature. So let's take the first one. God is good. God is everywhere present, all powerful, all wise, and everlasting. It is the only presence and power that endures. Okay, that's wonderful to know. But my question, my skeptical question is, oh yeah, well, what if I'm an atheist and I don't believe in God? Can I still be a part of unity? And the answer is, of course, twofold. The first part of it is somebody that says, I don't believe in God. I think oftentimes what they really mean is, I don't believe and follow the definition of God that has been given to me. I think there's something else going on, and so therefore I feel like I have to say to those who ask me, do you believe in God? I just simply say no, but the answer really is uh, no, I don't believe in the God as expressed to me and defined for me by others. I can handle that. I can believe that. I hope you can too. That is an acceptable answer for anyone to be able to say, I don't hold to that way of thinking. I don't. It doesn't move me in any way. My question to them and to us is, well, then what do you believe? How does that work out for you in your life? How do you explain, or how does another kind of person explain what's going on in in that way? The answer, I think, is that as we delve deeper into the idea of a word called God, we discover the idea of science being blended in with a religiosity. This way, we get a way of not having to leave our mind at the door when we enter into this way of thinking. We can say to ourselves, hey, I don't hold and I don't believe in the definition I've gotten before, but I do know that something's going on. Something has gone on for a long, long, long time. From the beginning of what we call time, something has been going on. Is it a great hand out there creating and guiding all the things of all the people? If there is, wow, I'd just love to see a picture of what that person looks like. And so with this guy right here, he would just love to see that. Can you see him? He's reading the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, and that's what it feels like to him. This is also what it feels like to many people who, when we say to them, God is everywhere present, all good, all the time. Always has been, always will be. These people say, I don't know if I could buy that. Well, I think we can buy that. And here's how we go about doing that. Take away that word God. Say to yourself anything you wish to say. You can be dyslexic if you wish, and say dog. It really doesn't matter one way or the other what it is that you call this presence and this power. You simply have to realize that something is moving somewhere. Something is expanding somewhere. That's why when Moses, at the time of the burning bush, as described in the Bible, when he asks God, what is your name? And that spirit says, I am that I am. Basically, in our language would be, sort of street talk would be, hey man, I just am, okay? What's wrong with that? Just let that go. Just be here with me right now. I am that I am. I'm that which I'm becoming. I'm that which I've already been. So to me, we would say the mystery is everywhere present. The mystery is everywhere powerful. The mystery is everywhere good. Moving on to the second part. Well, if we are created in the image of this mystery, this goodness, then we must be like that. And if that's the case, then we too are all powerful, everywhere present in our mind, and all good. So rather than seeing ourselves as being born in original sin, in unity we view that we are born in original good. For me, that is so refreshing, and it is very, 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 to think that all people are inherently good is really a release from a way of viewing life that is so negative. It is a way of viewing life and each of our beings as something important, powerful, headed in a good direction. if we simply allow our thoughts to carry ourselves that way. And that brings us to the third tenet of unity. Thoughts create our experiences. With our thoughts, we draw to ourselves experiences of good, of light, of a way of thinking and being that is just very natural. Now, that doesn't mean that you can. We call it the law of mind action, and we say about it this: thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. That's the law of mind action. If you are thinking negative thoughts all of the time, or most of the time, or fearful thoughts most of the time, you will draw to yourself experiences that will make that be so. You will draw to yourself experiences where you can say, like the tombstone's epitaphs said, "I told you I was sick." And that's what you will get out of life. You will get a way of looking at life where that tells you, "I told you that that's what was going to happen to me because I've been thinking this all my life." We can change that thinking. We can change that thinking to, "I told you I was good. I told you that life was happy for me." And people will go on after we're far gone and say, "What a blessed soul, always in a good mood, always trying to find the goodness in every little thing." That's where we can be. Now, we have to be very careful, though, when we're talking about this law of mind action, that we think that our thinking is drawing to us a certain experience, and we make the mistake of taking some of it literally. It reminds me of the joke I heard, and I'm going to tell it to you as well, of the Unity minister is giving a talk on the law of mind action. And he's just going on and on about how the thoughts that you think and that you hold in your mind will create for you an experience in kind. And there's a young teenager back in the back, a young teenage boy in the back, just fidgeting around and just looking very, very upset. After the talk, the minister approaches him and says, "I noticed you seemed uncomfortable. Why? Could you share with me why?" He says, "Well, I just, at my age, spend a lot of time thinking about girls. And I don't want to be a girl." Because that was his view of the law of mind action, is he turned into a girl. So you have to not take it so literally and just realize that your experiences are different in that way. Then comes after this about the thoughts creating your experiences is, well, okay, how do we get to a point where this becomes the focus in our life? Do we just hurry and scurry around and read as many books as we can and watch as many videos as we can and attend as many lectures as we can and write down everything in a book, in a notebook, and keep all these notes for ourselves, and each day or each weekend review all of these things and just try to keep ourselves in that space? That actually is avoiding the truth of life. Here's how we get there. And this is the fourth tenet of unity. Prayer and meditation is our linking part with this mystery of all being. So to make it really simple, it just means that we sit down, stop thinking, and listen. Quiet ourselves from deep within. Just as in the way I tried to open with prayer this morning, I mentioned this very thing, that in this quiet silence, something pops up. Something almost always pops up for us. And it may be a memory from our past. An experience that we thought we had resolved suddenly comes back again. An experience or a memory of something that we have suppressed suddenly will come to us. A chance for forgiveness. Forgiveness of the other person, of the situation, and of ourselves. Pure forgiveness. You know, that's one of the things that sets unity apart, is in the fact that we do not believe that we are born in original sin. We don't have any original guilt or any original feeling that we need to be forgiven. We're not born into that. Instead, it's all through our experiences. It's thoughts held in mind. We can release these things. We can release them and we can move on into a softer, kinder, more fluid way of life. As we do this and stop focusing on all of these negative things and all these guilt-ridden things that have been in our life, we can get to a place where we are free of it. Those who we feel who have injured us in any way, we can get to a point where we are free of them, free of the memory, free of all that which has been holding us back, all that which has been guiding us subconsciously. We can open it, clean it out, all those closets. You know, Jesus tells us, when you go into prayer, go into your closet, he says. Pray in silence and in secret. And the one who hears you in secret will reward you openly. And what I've just been expressing is exactly what Jesus was teaching. Teaching the idea of going into the silence, going to the closet, and in secret. In other words, thoughts held and feelings held that only you know about are heard, seen, and absorbed by that mystery we call God, or dog, or 57 Chevy bumper, whatever it may be, whatever it is that we hold as a higher power. We can look at that, and it takes this in secret, and we are rewarded openly. Being rewarded openly, I see you're asking, does everyone else hear static? We talked about that at the beginning, and I have no clue why that would be. It's just annoying, and I'm sorry to hear that. Does this help? Maybe that helps. Okay, is that better? Rewarded openly. In other words, our life and the experiences we have in it are then more easily. No, it's not a fan running. I don't know what it is. I can see all of your comments, and I want to answer them for you right now. Okay. Now, it would be great to have all these things in your life as thoughts and as little pointers that every once in a while you could look at those and say to yourself, oh yeah, prayer, yeah, I'll try that again. Oh yeah, being nice to others and having a positive attitude, yeah, that seems to work every now and then, I'll try it again. Oh yeah, and then go about in life just as afraid as you ever were, just as worried as you ever were, just as negative and looking for all things to make sure that negative feelings you have within you are justified or are resolved in some way. Rather than allow that to happen, use these ideas on a daily basis. Recognize that there is a higher power and presence acting in your life and that you are connected directly to it. You are born from it. This is what you are made for, each one of us. Recognize this. Carry prayer with you in every aspect of your life. As the Apostle Paul says, pray without ceasing. Now, this prayer system in unity, as you know, is not a beseeching prayer of, oh God, please help me, do this for me, make me better. No, it's simply recognizing through affirmative prayer, everything in my life is changing. Everything in my life is being directed toward the good. Everything in my life is recognizing the good and not hanging on to or clinging to the negative. Once we get in that place, then we realize that there is a lot more that we can be doing in the world. Not for others, not to others, but with others. Connection. That's what unity really means. Connection. That's what religion means. Religio. It's where the ligaments of life are reconnected so that all is working well. Now, does it happen all the time on a regular basis? I think not, just as we talked about, just as Ian talked about in his talk when he was talking about the screw tape letters. And I mentioned in there is the idea of the law of undulation. The law of going up and down and up and down in life. Just recognize that that's normal. That's just the way it's going to be. And it's supposed to be. It is a vibration called life, a vibration called God, a vibration called spirit. And that's the mystery. Don't try to figure the mystery out. Just live it. Live it all. God bless. Sorry about the static. I don't know what is causing it. It's just life in the turn lane, as I like to say. Okay. I'm going to play a song for you. This is a song that I wrote, and I wrote this a long time ago. I lived in Hawaii at the time on the Big Island, or as a lot of us called it, the Big Rock. And this is a song I wrote to express that. It's called "On This Rock." So I hope it comes out somewhat static free and that you enjoy it. And I hope I can play it. I haven't played it in a long time. Okay. How's that sound? Okay? Oh, maybe I should have just played the entire time and not talked, and that would have been better. So it goes like this. There are children in this world who feel only pain. They think no one's ever gonna care for them again. But when we reach out our hands, I haven't played it in a long time. I think about. But when we reach out our hands and share on this rock we'll build this church, oh, for unity. We are all one big family. That's the way God meant it to be. A place to go where I always know that there's love for me. On this rock we'll build our church, oh, for you and me. Now the spirit of love lives in us all. It's been said each one of us is led by his own special call. So when we reach out our hand and share our plan for a brighter world to be, upon this rock we'll build this church, oh, for you and me. We are all one big family. That's the way God meant it to be. A place to go where I always know that there's love for me. On this rock we'll build this church, oh, for you and me. Upon this rock we're gonna build this church. On this rock we'll build this church. Upon this rock we'll build this church, oh, for you and me. Sorry. That was a long time ago. And I should have rehearsed it a lot of times before that. I apologize. Okay, turn it off.